Okay, so looking at this question from the test, we got the Great Pyramid in Egypt as a square base pyramid. The base of the pyramid is square side of length 230.4 and a vertical height of 146.5. The pyramid represented in the diagram below. The vertex is directly above the center, 0, and N is the midpoint of BC. So write down the length of OM. So we are first looking at this one. We need to write down this length. So what we can do is this length here is parallel with this length here. These two lines are parallel. So this length here is going to be 230.4 divided by 2. What does that give us? 115.2 meters. Find the length VM. So VM lies on this flat face here. VM lies on this flat face here, and it makes a right angle triangle with this one. So if we wish to find the length VM, it's going to be the square root of 146.5 squared plus 115.2 squared. Put that into your calculator, what do we get? Put that into your calculator, take the calculator in your hand, you're going to do some work. Put your phone away, put your calculator out. Do you have your calculator, Sophie? You need to bring a calculator for every math class, ever. What do we get for our answer?
185.1.
I don't get them.
186.36.
Why is it? So what do we get as the answer?
186.37.
no?
186.369.
180.
Just 186. It's pretty significant.
Oh, that's
A lot of you need to get better at the three significant figures. You're still not focusing correctly on three significant figures.
So then 186, no?
This is 186.
Mr. Smith, where for my work?
No, sorry.
After this?
If this time. Okay, I'm going to store that result so that in case I use it again. This next problem caused massive problems. I think only one person got this. We need to find the area of triangle VBC. Now, we've been working with that triangle that I've drawn on the diagram. This is not triangle VBC.
Yeah.
Look at the diagram more carefully. Where is triangle VBC?
It's the whole thing. So you use the base and then you.
VBC. It's the face. It's the outside face of the triangle. It's the outside face of the triangle.
Yeah.
How do we calculate? Well, we've got the length of the base because we're told that the triangle, the base is square. So this is also 230.4. What else could we use? We don't have any of these other two sides.
But we have BC.
We have which one?
BC. Because we told that.
That's what I've drawn. That's BC. We've got BC. What,
Oh, you're right, sorry.
what else do we have?
We have the height.
We have BM.
Which is what length is the height? Which line is that?
136. No, it's not.
Yeah, but height is not
No,
relevant. We
no,
have
no.
BM. We can use BM.
We have VM. Did we just calculate
Yes.
VM?
Yeah.
And what does VM represent in this
The
triangle?
midpoint of these.
The midpoint line. So,
Or
The
no,
height.
height.
Man, I got it wrong.
So this line here, VM, makes a right angle on this face. It's sloping but this is the height of this triangle.
How?
So in B, the area is going to be a half times 186 times 230.4. What do you get as your answer?
So that was 140. 21,000. Wait, this one.
21,000.
Yeah, 140.
21,127.
Okay, so what number do you have on, really? What number do you have on your calculator? No, can we put the computer away and focus on the lesson? What number do you have on your calculator?
21,472.
If you have 2147, you've made an error.
It's 21427.
21427.2.
Nope.
21427.2.
No, 0.2, it's three significant figures.
No.
What?
So,
Oh.
what did you enter to the 186?
186.
Oh, supposed to be the, oh my god.
You're still not learning.
What?
If you're making a calculation with a previous calculation, you write 186 here, you write 186 here, but you write 186 here, but you use the exact value on your calculator from the previous question. You're not carrying your exact values forward in it. Now, if you answer with three significant figures correctly, you hide this error. So, if you're answering with three significant figures, this should be 215.
21469.6.
No, 21470.
It should be 21469.67. It's the exact.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you answer this question correctly with three significant figures, you wouldn't notice it. It hides this error. Sometimes you can get away with that. But what I'm saying here is carry your answers forward. So, no, I don't know where it is.
It's mine. I just put it on the right first.
It's been there.
I don't think
Okay, no, you're right.
Okay.
So how come 215? Oh, okay.
What was the question?
How come it's 21,500?
I get 2146.
Yeah.
So if I'm rounding at the 6, the 4 becomes 5. Yeah? Try and stay on the math conversation, not drifting off constantly about other things. Okay, so C, volume of the pyramid. So let's check the formula booklet. Oh, I'll pick up the physical one. Open up your formula booklet. Volume of a pyramid. Volume of a right pyramid for, what are we on, C? Equals a third times the area times the height. So, how do we calculate the area of the base? It's going to be 230.4 squared. That's the area of the base. We're going to times this by the height, 146.5. Type this one into your calculator.
$2.22.
2592276.48. This low.
Cubing it, so it's square. Okay, so three significant figures. What is this in three significant figures?
259.
And then what? How many zeros?
0.0000.
Why are you putting a decimal point in there?
Sorry, comma 0000. My bad.
We're not going to have the comma here. How many zeros do we have?
4.
4. We need to show 4 zeros, and then the commas go there. It's 2.5. You need to know how to do this. You need to know. Okay, show that the angle between VM and the base of the pyramid is 52 degrees. So this is the type of question I want to work with a bit today. I'll show that question. So we're looking for this angle here. Which formula should we use for it?
Sine.
No. We've got the
It's a rectangle triangle,
Sokoto.
Yeah.
So which side is this one here, the one set?
Opposite.
This is the opposite, and this one?
Adjacent.
Adjacent, so which?
Top. Or no, you're finding the.
Yeah, I think you use.
So theta is equal to arctan, or tan to the minus 1, of 146.5 over
What's arctag?
tan to the minus 1.
Oh, top minus 1.
This is the correct mathematical for the inverse tangent function. You can write tan to the minus 1 on this course. What's this length? What's the length of the adjacent?
115.1.
15.2. So because this is a show that question, you need to show more than one decimal place on the answer here to show that you've calculated it. Because you need to show the examiner, I've calculated this, that's why it's rounded to 52. So you can't go to 52 at this point. You can't end solve or go to 52. You must find the value. The sign rule will get you there as well. But the thing to do on a show that question is to show that you actually found the answer. If you just go to 2 decimal places at this point, you're not showing it. So it's enough to show 3 significant figures, because this is only 2 significant figures. Show a few more decimal places. So this is 1.8. That would be enough. I might like to show 2, 0, ... which equals 52 degrees. You don't get a point for the 52, but you need to show that you get to this answer. So you need to show without using the 52. You can't use the 52 in this question. You can't verify it by using the 52. You must get the 52. So remember, one of the key things with a show that question, never use the number that you're showing. Never use the number, produce the number. All right, that's that question. So a little bit of a look at this question. We've got another show that question.
Sir, water.
Yeah. So we've got a diagram for a bike track models. We have this formula here. We're given a point on the track at 100, 350, and we need to show that A is minus a half. So we need to show this. So in order to show it, we can put up the equation 350 is equal to minus 1 over A bracket 100 squared plus 27 over 2 times 100. And then we must solve the equation. So we can solve the equation like this, and this is going to give us A equals minus 1 over 10. So this equation will solve and produce the answer that we're looking for. We don't put the answer in. So you can't put the answer in here. You can't put the answer in here, put the 100 in and show that it produces 350. Because you're assuming it's true. You can't put the minus 1 over 10 here. You can't put the -1/10 here and then the 100 in and show that 350 comes out because you're putting the A in. You have to get the A out to show that question.
So why are you using the coordinates? I didn't understand that all.
Where is A? This sounds X and Y.
So you've got this function here,
Yeah.
which describes this line.
Yeah.
You've got this given point here. So if A is known, it will balance the equation when you put in the X and Y values. It's typical coordinate geometry type question.
Yeah, I don't know. I just couldn't get figured out.
B. So the coordinates of point A are 75, 450. Determine whether point A is on the bicycle track or not. So what we need to do is we need to put 75 into the formula now and see what number comes out before we make our reasoning. So we need -1/10 times, and we put the 75 in here, plus 27/2. What does that give us? Put this into your calculator, what does it give us?
So, could you take our calculators off of this one,
Yeah.
please?
Yeah. So it's 450 the answer. I can take mine off please as well.
Document 91.
24 they do.
What is it inside the class? Okay, calculate this. What do you get?
450. Yeah. Right now it's what, like 53 or?
Then read this number coming. 456.
So we put this in. Out comes 450. What does that tell us?
That's 450.
What does that imply?
That it's off the line because the input gets you out.
Point A is on the line.
It's at the turning point at max.
We don't know that. At the moment, we've just shown that it is on the line. So next up, find the derivative. Okay, have a go at finding the derivative.
Okay, so it's negative 2x over 10 plus 27 over 2. And then this is mine. No, look.
Oh, sorry. Wait, what?
What do we get for the derivative? You're correct.
And then negative 1.
You're correct. You're correct. Let me hear somebody else.
This one I got here from the test. That's why I'm happy to do it.
I know, but I want to hear somebody else have a go. Because I just heard you, and you were right. They didn't hear you though. Somebody else?
I was the one who.
Somebody else? Let me take the point. Yeah, I'm just going to write it like this to begin with. You've got to stop this chit chat.
No, we're talking about the question. Yeah.
I don't know.
Plus 27/2, and as Moe says, minus 1/5x plus 27/2.
Okay, so you do the thing on top first.
If the number is down, never bring it up. Only if the X is down.
If the number is down, leave it. Leave it and ignore it.
No, I don't
A function divided by a constant, you ignore the constant.
Yeah.
Sir, well, I normally do it, like in this question, I just leave x to the side and replace it with 1. Like, if it's x over 10x, I make it 1 over 10x next to it.
Yeah. So what you're saying, because you're ignoring the constant, so you can bring the constant here, like this, in the same way that this one is here. And then you're just looking at the x squared, and then you simplify. That's the same. It's the same. Right, D. All right, this is your optimization question. Use the answer in part C. You cannot graph this and find the maximum and say, no, it's not a maximum. You must use your answer in part C. to produce this verification. So, how could we find the maximum? So it's use part C to determine if this is the furthest point on the track, the furthest point north. So north is this way. This way is north. So the furthest point north is the maximum.
Yes.
How do we find the
You
maximum?
equate it to zero.
Yeah, it equals zero.
You equate it to zero and then
I
find
don't know
the
derivatives, right? You I did. That's why I brought.
Yeah, remember if I did it?
So if you get the wrong derivative, you would get full follow-through marks if you show you're working. So the reason they ask you to find the derivative and it's a separate letter means that that derivative is used to assess this next question, even if it's wrong.
Oh,
Even if your derivative is wrong, it's used to assess this next question.
okay.
But for follow-through marks, you have to show full working, so we can follow. So we've got minus 1 over 5x plus 27 over 2. What is the solution to this equation? Use your calculator now to solve it.
Sir.
Yeah.
In like theory, if someone were to not get an answer right on the test but have all follow-through marks, could they pass?
Yeah. Sometimes with a question where you see you've got a B and a C, and you see that in C you need to use the answer in B. You can't find the answer in B, but you know how to do C and you will get it. Just write a number. I had a working question like that in my paper for grade 11. Some kids did that.
67.5.
They had to find a coordinate, and then they had to show that this is the distance formula. They had no idea how to find the coordinate, so like 3.5. And then they find the distance to that point, and you get full follow-through marks if you show you're working. If you show answer only, you don't get any follow-through points.
67.
Thank you, sir. I'm here.
So can we please see our tests after?
Please hear this.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
After this.
Skip the trial.
If you don't talk again today,
I need that good for
anyone, for any reason, for any reason,
Okay.
just
So I still come.
be silent. Be silent.
Just sabotaging all of them.
You know. What do we get as the answer? X equals.
7.5.
67.5.
Which bit about no talking did we get?
Sorry.
He said for
The
any
answer.
reason. He said for any reason. So.
No.
60.
What's the answer?
67.5.
67.5. What does that imply?
It's not.
That is not.
A is not furthest north. Okay, so this is a this is a sort of a show that question. I want to practice a few show that questions.
This one had my line in lots.
We didn't have it on our exam.
We did, or no, we had a line one,
We
like a
didn't have
tangent
it.
line.
Was
We
it
had a
added
tangent
to
line
the
once.
No,
Where's surrounding group?
Maybe that was the question.
these
like,
are random past paper questions.
Why do I remember that so vividly?
It's a common question I ask. Okay. Given line L is 2y plus 2x equals 9, point P is this, show that point P is on the line. Have a go at this question now. Have it on the paper I've given you. Have a go at this question now.
Plug it in. No. Wait. You make this y So did we change the equation to y because that meant to be formed first?
No, you won't have to do that.
Why don't we just put the.
Just plug in the points?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Just see if we can one, right?
Yeah,
Just, yeah.
It's not
Those
the
negative threes is not.
I can't think so. It's not on the line for you.
It's not.
Oh, yeah, it's your level voice that you're doing here.
What are you talking about?
Your level
But you can say, which one's
Okay.
what is, like, if you're talking to existing leaders?
So, you know what your boss says to me sometimes? She got up into her class, and then she's like, hola, amigo, hola, mi amor. He was fully aware that that. I know, it was really
Should we take photos or can we keep them? A souvenir.
It's already scanned.
So what does FT mean?
Follow through.
Why is it always the notation that like walks me down from
First two questions.
The only question was the first question.
The first question was like, also, you know the A is for what internal width is?
15 mark, I got 11. Then 18 more for 02 I got. This is mine, Zero. I have 18 more.
Your answer should look like this for this question.
Yes.
You should produce the 3 and then show that 3 is not 9.
So it's negative
In
3.
the X and Y.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's 3Y, 2X.
Oh yeah. Three.
Has anyone tried erasing these? I'm very adverse, like, I'm very, it looks very sodium heavy. It's like, but I'm very real at the same time.